pressured by the international community's sanctions over the special military operation for the denazification and demilitarization of Ukraine, Russia uses European defense on gas to protect its economy, while negotiations between Moscow and Kiev move forward. Our new ally, Brazil's de facto, reported the following.
States and the European Union are seeking to further tighten their grip on the Russian economy by creating a working group to reduce dependence on Russian oil and gas, one of the main obstacles in efforts to isolate Russia economically. For his part, Russian President Vladimir Putin announced that as of March 31st, payments for gas supplies to hostile countries to Moscow will have to be made in rubles in order to protect the Russian economy from Western restrictions. For political scientist Keisha Lemus, the Russian measure seeks to negotiate new terms in the short term.
Russia is now taking this step to strengthen its currency. The feasibility of this measure, in my opinion, and some analysts also point out, is questionable, because the contracts do not foresee this commercial transaction in currencies other than the euro or the dollar. So, these contracts really need to be renegotiated, and this renegotiation, Moscow may try to put some kind of barrier to gas supply or try to have some economic gain, impose some cost to Europe, and also bring some economic gain to a renegotiation of these contracts.
G7 and European Union countries have reacted by declaring that they will not comply with Russia's demand. German Finance Minister Robert Habeck said that all G7 ministers agree that this is a clear unilateral breach of existing contracts. After a meeting with other G7 finance ministers, Habeck emphasized that the demand for payment in rubles was unacceptable. On Wednesday, March the 30th, Germany issued a warning of a possible gas shortage, fearing that Russia could cut off supplies if Western countries refused to make payments in rubles.
It is important to stress that the security of supply is guaranteed, that all contracts are being fulfilled, that the gas and oil are arriving in Germany as planned. It is therefore a preventive or precautionary decision that I took today.
Although it has been announced that the Russian measure will take effect as of this Thursday, March the 31st, Moscow has shown signs that there is a possibility of negotiation. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said that the requirement to pay for gas in rubles would not be immediate and stated that from a technical point of view, this is a longer process.
At a time that for Western Europe there is this risk, and we do not know to what extent they will be able to sustain these disputes, to what extent they are preparing the energy field to adopt some kind of policies from now on. Because if they really decide not to use the rubles, the possibility of Putin's government to paralyze trade for a while is real. Even if the decision would also affect the Russian economy, this actually gives Russia a very relevant strategic power, which has been used not only in the political field, as this is the form of political pressure to try to prevent the European Union from carrying out more sanctions or adopting more aggressive positions towards Russia. But it also has an economic bias, that of the Russian monetary expansion.
While Russia and the European Union are measuring forces over gas, a new round of negotiations between the Russian and Ukrainian delegations took place in Istanbul on Tuesday the 29th. The meeting presented the most significant progress since the beginning of the war in Ukraine, with the announcement that Moscow would reduce combat operations near Kyiv.